Milton looks calm, but one wrong turn can cost you years of regret. Today I map the real pockets, from old trees to brand new builds. I am, why not, Tony's digital assistant. Tony's out helping clients find their dream homes, but he wanted me to make this video for you. This guide is for first-time buyers, growing families, and downsizers who want the escarpment nearby. I will cover schools, transit, walkability, and what your money buys right now. Stay to the end for my simple way to choose fast. Quick facts. Milton is in Halton region, between Mississauga and Hamilton. It sits near the Niagara Escarpment and has a GO station with service toward Toronto. Highway 401 access is a big driver of prices and commute choices. Milton grew fast, but it is not one big suburb. Old Milton feels like small-town Ontario. New Milton, south of Derry, feels like modern, planned communities. Each pocket has its own price rhythm, school options, and daily life pattern. First pocket is Old Milton. Picture tall trees, deep lots, and homes that were built when porches mattered. Roughly, it sits between Bronte Street and the rail line. If you hate cookie-cutter streets, start your search right here. Main Street is the heart. You can walk to coffee, the farmer's market, and local events near the fairgrounds. That walkable feeling is rare in newer parts of town. You also get more local shops, not just big box plazas. Old Milton houses are a mix. You will see wartime bungalows, Victorian-style homes, and modern infill builds where older homes came down. The trade-off is maintenance. Some basements are low, wiring may be older, and updates matter. Second pocket is Dorset Park, just east of Old Milton. Think classic 1970s streets, wider lots, and backyards built for dogs, gardens, and trampoline space. If you want detached value, this is often the first stop. Dorset Park is a commuter favorite. Milton Mall is close, and Highway 401 ramps are quick to reach. For many buyers, that 3 to 5 minute difference to the highway becomes an extra hour at home each week. Homes here are often bungalows in split levels. Many original owners are selling, and young families are renovating kitchens, opening walls, and adding extra bathrooms. Watch for good bones, then budget for updates you can actually finish. Next is Timberlea. If you want mature trees like Dorset Park but need a bigger 2-story layout, Timberlea is the name people say with a smile. Built mostly in the 1980s, it feels settled and family-focused. Timberlea layouts often include a proper family room with fireplace and primary bedrooms with an ensuite. You also get those larger backyards that are hard to find in newer builds. This is why listings here can move fast. Timberlea's hidden gem is the trail system. You can cross big sections of the neighborhood on paths, through trees, away from cars. Kids bike to friends and dog walkers use it year-round. It adds daily calm to busy schedules. Bronte Meadows sits closer to the hospital in the Milton Sports Center. It is a practical mix of townhomes, semis, and detached homes, mostly from the 1980s era. For many buyers, it lands in a comfortable middle zone. If your family runs on sports, Bronte Meadows is a strong fit. You're near big park space and major arenas. That means less time driving to practice and more time eating dinner at home. It sounds small, but it changes routines. Now a smaller pocket, the escarpment side near the northwest corner, often called the Mountain View and Valley View area. It feels quiet and exclusive with hills, irregular lots, and almost no through traffic. Views can be the main feature. Being near Kelso and Rattlesnake Point is a lifestyle perk. You are close to hiking, skiing in the lake area in warmer months. You trade some convenience for nature. Many buyers pick this pocket because weekends feel like a mini vacation. Now we pivot to New Milton. Starting in the early 2000s, growth pushed south of Derry Road. You will notice newer brick and stone fronts, more double garages, and higher density planning. It is newer, busier, and efficient. Newer does not always mean better, it means different. Lots are usually smaller, but layouts are more open. Insulation is better, and utilities are often newer. If you hate renovations, newer builds can feel like a clean start. Beatty was one of the first newer pockets, the big draws being close to the Milton GO station. If you commute toward downtown Toronto, that drive time to the platform matters. Beatty also sits near the library and community facilities. Homes in Beatty are closer together than Timberlea, but they are efficient and tend to have open layouts buyers want. You will see many townhomes and smaller detached homes. The vibe is active, with people always heading somewhere. Clarke is east of Beatty and often a first stop for buyers coming from Mississauga or Brampton. It is simply closer to the city side. That can shave time off daily drives, especially if your job pulls you toward the east end of the GTA. Clarke has strong day-to-day convenience. Plazas along Derry Road bring groceries, pharmacy stops, and quick meals close to home. The streets feel busy in a good way, with lots of kids and many languages. It feels like modern GTA life. Inside Clarke, some pockets back onto green space and feel more calm. Those homes can hold value well because you get privacy without leaving New Milton. If you want that balance, we look for lots that back onto trails, ponds, or buffers. Coates sits toward the center of the south end and is shaped by big park space. The main neighborhood park has a playground, splash pad, and fields. On warm days, you see strollers, scooters, and families meeting without planning it. Coates is family-centric, and the housing is a real mix. Many three-story townhomes are great for entry buyers. You also see detached homes from major builders. Walkability to several elementary schools is a big plus for parents. Scott is on the west side of Newer Milton, closer to the escarpment feel. It is further from Highway 401, but closer to nature. Streets can be winding, and many homes back onto woodlots or ponds, which adds that premium feel. A major anchor near Scott is the Sherwood Community Center, one of Milton's newer facilities. Community centers matter more than people think. They become the place for swim lessons, camps, fitness classes, and meeting neighbors without forcing it. Harrison sits just south of Scott and has some of the best escarpment views in town. It can feel like its own village pocket. You trade a longer drive to the highway for quiet streets and sky views. For remote workers, that trade feels easy. The Mattamy National Cycling Center, also called the Velodrome, sits right by Harrison. It is a world-class track cycling venue and a unique Milton landmark. Having a facility like that nearby adds pride and also brings events and visitors. Willmott is the central hub of the newer South End. It connects you to major sports facilities, pools, and rinks. If your calendar is packed with practices, lessons, and classes, living close saves time and stress. Convenience becomes a feature. Willmott also has much of Milton's newer condo and stacked townhome stock. That creates choices for buyers who want low-maintenance living, smaller footprints, or first-step ownership. It can also work for downsizers who still want a modern space. Because Willmott sits near the hospital, it draws healthcare workers and anyone who values being close to medical services. That can support steady demand over time. Location is not just about fun. It is also about peace of mind when life happens. Now, the newest growth areas. Ford and Cobban in the southeast. Construction is part of daily life, but these pockets show the latest design trends. Think taller ceilings, bigger windows, and smart home features. Many buyers love being the first owner. Retail is growing near Louis Saint Laurent and Thompson, which makes Ford more convenient each year. Cobban sits close by with similar styles. You will not get mature shade yet, but you do get newer systems and a Ontario new home warranty in Ontario. Here is the honest part about brand new areas. You may deal with mud, noise, and missing sidewalks for a while. School boundaries can shift as new schools open. If you buy here, plan for short-term inconvenience and long-term upside as trees grow in. Milton also includes rural villages. If suburbs are not your style, look at Campbellville and Brookville. You get country roads, bigger lots, and darker skies at night. The cost is more driving for groceries, schools, and activities, but the calm is real. Campbellville has a luxury country feel with larger estates and privacy. It is also near Mohawk Racetrack. People choose it when they want space for hobbies, home offices, or multi-car garages, while still being within reach of the GTA for workdays. Brookville and other small hamlets nearby attract buyers who want horses, workshops, or just room to breathe. You still fall under Halton services, but your errands take planning. It is a different rhythm, and it suits people who value quiet over convenience. Now the decision framework. Free levers, pick your best fit, commute, budget, and lifestyle. Start with commute first because it is the one you repeat most. Time on the road steals evenings. A perfect house can feel wrong if the commute is punishing. If your work pulls you along Highway 401 most days, Dorset Park and Clarke are strong starting points because of access and east side positioning. If you ride Go often, Beatty can win. The goal is fewer transfers and fewer surprise delays. If walkability is your top lifestyle goal, Old Milton is hard to beat. Being able to stroll to coffee or local events changes how you feel about home. You use your car less, you see neighbors more, and weekends feel fuller without a big plan. If your home life revolves around rinks and pools, Willmott and Bronte Meadows can make daily life easier. When practice is close, kids get more sleep, parents get less stress, and dinner happens at a normal hour. That is a real quality upgrade. If you want a newer home with a premium feel, Scott often rises to the top because of ponds, woodlots, and modern streetscapes. If you want big yards and a settled feel, Timberlea delivers with the reminder that updates may be part of the plan. Now a quick market reality check. Prices swing by street, lot, and upgrades more than by the neighborhood label. Two similar homes can differ a lot if one backs onto a busy road or has no parking. Micro details matter more than most buyers expect. School talk: I do not rank schools in a video because boundaries change and each child is different. What I do is show you the catchment, the walk route, and the programs offered. If schools matter to you, we verify the details before you offer. Transit talk: Milton Go is a key anchor, but service levels vary by time and direction. Many people still drive to the station and park. If you want transit lifestyle, choose a pocket where the drive is short and predictable, even in winter weather. Walkability in New Milton is improving, but it is often plaza-based. Sidewalks are good, but distances can be longer. If you want true daily walking, pick a home near parks, schools, and shops, not just near a wide road with fast traffic. Let me give you a simple buyer mistake to avoid. Do not pick a neighborhood first and ignore the street. In every pocket there are quiet crescents and louder connectors. 10 minutes of street checking can save you years of noise and parking headaches. Another mistake is ignoring future construction. Ford and Cobban will keep changing as retail and schools build out. That can be great for value, but it can disrupt routines. When Tony helps clients, he pulls the town plan so you know what may come. Midway reminder: if this Milton breakdown is useful, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. It tells YouTube to share more local GTA guides, and it helps Tony keep filming instead of repeating the same answers on the phone all day. Back to value. Old Milton can cost more per square foot because the lots and charm are rare. Dorset Park can feel like a deal for detached yards. Newer pockets can look pricey, but you may save on utilities and avoid big renovation surprises for years. If you are buying an older home in Old Milton, Dorset Park, or Timberlea, plan for a smart inspection. Focus on roofs, windows, grading, and electrical panels. Character is great, but safety and moisture control come first. Cute problems can be expensive. If you are buying a newer home, your focus shifts. Check grading, warranty history, builder upgrades, and any condo rules if it is a stacked townhome. Also confirm parking, snow removal, and visitor spots. New does not mean zero homework, just different homework. Let's talk vibes in plain language. Old Milton feels like porch chats and weekend strolls. Dorset Park feels like classic family streets. Timberlea feels like established and green. Beatty and Clarke feel busy and connected. Coates feels stroller friendly. Scott and Harrison feel scenic. Now, a quick note on commute reality. Milton traffic can stack up near major arteries at rush hour. A home that is only 2 kilometers away can still take time if lights are dense. When choosing, we test the drive at the time you would actually travel, not midday. Parks and nature are part of why people choose Milton. Escarpment trails, conservation areas, and neighborhood parks give kids room to move and adults space to reset. If you are new to the GTA, this is a big quality of life difference compared to denser areas. Shopping is split. Old Milton gives you local spots. New Milton gives you plazas for fast errands. Neither is wrong. Decide what you use weekly. If you cook a lot, grocery distance matters. If you eat out often, plaza variety matters. Match the neighborhood to your habits. Now the future Milton Education Village is a major planned project near the velodrome area, tied to post-secondary growth. Plans and timelines can change, but the direction is clear. More education, more jobs, and likely more rental demand near Harrison and Scott. Milton is also planned to expand further, especially to the south and along growth corridors. That means new roads, new schools, and new retail over time. Growth can lift values, but it also brings change. Buyers who plan ahead usually feel the least stress later. If you are wondering what your money buys, the truthful answer is, it depends on size, lot, and upgrades more than the sign at the entrance. Tony builds a custom list based on your must-haves. Then we compare streets side by side so you can see real value. Here is a fast way to narrow choices. Pick 2 must-haves and 1 deal-breaker. Must-have could be go access or a big yard. Deal-breaker could be backing onto a main road. When you do this, the right pockets show up quickly and the noise fades out. If you want Tony to map your commute and match it to listings, my contact info is below. Tell us your work location, your budget range in plain words, and your must-haves. Tony will send options in the right pockets, not a random list that wastes your weekend. If you already live in Milton and you are thinking of moving within town, the strategy changes. Selling in one pocket and buying in another can unlock a better lifestyle without leaving Halton. Tony often helps families move closer to schools, parks, or the GO station as needs change. Beatty for GO station proximity. Clarke for east side convenience. Coates for parks and schools. Scott and Harrison for modern homes near the escarpment. Ford and Cobban for brand new living. One more trust point. Real estate advice should be local and specific. A town can change street by street. That is why Tony does not guess. He checks zoning, future road plans, and recent comparable sales before you commit. It protects you from surprise costs and regret. If you want the same deep dive for other GTA towns, I am building a full series. Milton is just one piece of the puzzle. Each area has its own commute patterns and price logic. Subscribing keeps you in the loop so you can plan moves with confidence, not panic. Second quick CTA, my contact info is below if you want a one on Milton plan. Tony can break down which pockets fit your commute and your budget. Then book showings that make sense. No pressure, just clear advice, like a neighbor who knows the streets. Final thought, Milton works because it still feels like a community while it grows. Whether you are at a splash pad in Coates or grabbing coffee in Old Milton, people say hi. I am Why Not? And Tony is back to helping clients. Watch the next video for more Ontario market tips.